This podcast is sponsored by Pride Counseling. I am a huge fan of therapy. I've been in therapy since 2012. I started going to a therapist when I was starting to go through a divorce, and I've kind of gone into therapy, in and out of therapy ever since. I can't recommend it enough. Pride Counseling, though, is an affordable private online counseling for the LGBTQIA plus community. You can access licensed, trained, accredited counselors and therapists that are obviously LGBTQ plus friendly. I mean, honestly, you guys, without a healthy mind, being truly happy and at peace is really hard. So the good news is that therapy does work. And I know that it's like therapy is so taboo. Like people are like, but what is it exactly? Right? I think therapy is whatever you want it to be. I think that like maybe you're not feeling motivated right now and you just need some tools to help. Or maybe you're feeling, I don't know, like you're in a toxic relationship, or you're just feeling insecure in a relationship or at work. You're not dealing well with stress. I mean, whatever it is, I think that we need to stop as humans being really ashamed of the normal human struggles that we experience every single day and start feeling better, right? Because every single person deserves to be happy. It is not normal to not be happy, and everybody deserves that. So now with Pride Counseling, you don't have to worry about finding an in-person therapist near you to help. Obviously, in-person therapy is awesome and there's a place for it. And given, the current state of our world, having the ability to find somebody online is awesome. It's customized to you. It offers video, phone, live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera. Don't worry. Of course, if you want to see people on camera, you can, but you don't have to. That means it's much, 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 much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can start communicating with a therapist in under 48 hours. I know sometimes you find a therapist and then it takes 2 weeks to even be able to see them. With Pride Counseling, from BetterHelp, it is so quick, and you can literally sign up and have a therapist with under 48 hours. So do it. Join the millions of people who are seeing online therapists. See what it's all about. Give it a shot. It's always a good time, to invest in yourself. Again, this podcast is sponsored by Pride Counseling, and On the Daily listeners can get 10% off their first month at pridecounseling.com/onthedaily. That's pridecounseling.com/onthedaily. Happy Friday! Or I guess whenever you're hearing this. Welcome back to Unplugged. These are the episodes. If this is your first episode with us at On the Daily, Tuesdays I do interviews, and Fridays I do solo episodes. So you get me all to yourself. And that is what I'm doing today. I wanted to share a story, which will kind of get into this episode. But a couple weeks ago, I posted a photo on my Instagram stories of me in front of the mirror showing off my dope AF outfit, which was really cute, khaki, kind of high-waisted gaucho pants with a button-up short sleeve from Reformation that I only buttoned once, so it kind of showed some skin. And then I had dope Freebird boots on, and I showed my outfit, and it was just this story I posted. And then later I went back and I watched that story. And because I don't know if anybody else does this, but I definitely rewatch my stories way more times than I should. I don't know why I do that. Anyway. And I saw the photo and I was like, oh my goodness, Danielle, your office is a disaster. The background of that photo was laughable. It was such a mess. And I just laughed at myself and I was like, this is life. This is life. I think we talk about all the time. Everybody talks about this, oh, you have the highlight reel on Instagram, but it's just so true. And it's just such a good reminder that you can have a fly outfit and your office can be a disaster. You can have all your shit together and still lose your keys. You can have perfectly healthy children who thrive and eat well and still absolutely let them play their Nintendo Switch so you can poop in peace. And if you're not a parent, you don't understand that, but it's a real thing. I would rather, like, you can walk in on me while I'm in the shower. Just don't walk in on me while I'm pooping, You can have like a beautiful day outside and, have like a lovely day and still have a giant freaking hole in your heart from like where your dad used to be. Like all of these things can coexist. And it was just such a funny reminder where I like looked at that photo again. I was like, wow, this is me in a photo. If I've ever like, duh, it's me. It's a photo of me, but this is the most me photo I've ever seen. Cause it's like, on the outside, I don't know how it appears, but I've been told like what it looks like is Danielle's a boss. Danielle has it all together. Danielle is, running her businesses and she has this cool kid and like everything is great. And it was like, okay, but have you ever seen Danielle's closet? Have you ever seen Danielle's bedroom? Danielle does not make her bed every day, which is like what they tell you to do if you want to be successful. Danielle is an organized mess. Like I purposely won't put my clothes away because I know that the shorts that I wear all the time are in that pile of clothes. Like I'm that girl. So before we, compare ourselves to others or judge ourselves for not being where somebody else is, because we're all guilty of it. It's like imposter syndrome. We're all guilty of it. Before we let imposter syndrome win, y'all, understand everybody is trying. Like everyone is trying, and it's okay to be a work in progress because work in progress is really just another word for being freaking human. Like you are freaking human, and every piece of you that exists is beautiful, and you can exist in so many different ways, in so many different pieces, in so many amazing, incredible, wonderful shapes, sizes, colors, everything. It's just so funny because I saw that photo. I was like, yep. There it is. There's like empty boxes behind me on the floor. There's like shoes. There's some clothes behind me. Like it's a photo on my Instagram right now if you want to go back and find it. Danielle_on_the daily. I think it's just so funny because we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to be or think or act or do like someone else. And, everybody wants to pretend that their shit doesn't stink. But at the end of the day, everyone poops. Like everybody wipes their ass, So be gentle with yourself, Before you compare your beginning to someone else's middle or vice versa, somebody's beginning to your middle, just take a second and pause and just realize like we're all on this crazy journey that is this life. And whether you believe there are more lives behind you and in front of you or not, everybody in this life is trying. We're doing what we can to be functioning members of society with a good heart. And it's my belief that we want to treat people well. And that's not always going to be perfect. It's what am I saying? It's never going to be perfect. Perfection isn't real. Perfection is something that all those companies sell you to make you feel bad about yourself. So I don't know really like where I'm going with this episode, but it was just a really funny moment. Anyway, y'all, be gentle with yourself, treat yourself with respect, and understand that like your journey is awesome and you can exist in so many different ways. I hope that wherever you are, you have the day that you need and you don't compare yourself to anyone else today, and you just really love and respect and appreciate and find gratitude for your journey, because I promise you it's enough, and I promise you you're going somewhere and it's going to happen. Have a beautiful day.